not seen it, Watch Party is going to be where you can pin the link to an HTML video, like you would pin a link to the website, and we would all be able to watch alongside you in the audio room. And I am, for one, super, super excited for it. So that means if you are an artist or a musician and you've just released a new music video, you can create a fan base audio room and showcase it to all the people who join the audio room. What's up? Peace to everybody in the room. What is up? We're just talking about Fanbase's newest feature, Watch Party in audio rooms. I'm excited for it. I hope you all have seen it. Let me know in this room right now if you guys have not seen Watch Party, or at least the announcement of it on Isaac's socials. Let's see. Real Great Nate. Let's see. You have seen it? Okay, you've seen it. You've seen it. You've seen it. Cool, cool, cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. Real Great Nate, you haven't seen it. Oh, man. Go to our founder's Isaac Hayes III page, and you will see the screenshot of what Watch Party will look like, and it'll include some information there. Super exciting. Our fan base ambassadors have gotten a little bit of a sneak peek from our fan base CTO, Ramiro, and I'm super excited for this to be released. Do me a favor, guys. In the chat, I want to know what your topics of passion are. What are you going to be using Watch Party for? Big scale, I'm going to be honest, I'm most excited for you. Now you won't have to show like photos, go into an external link. If there is a cool YouTube video or video on Fanbase that you want to show up somebody in the slickest gear, all you have to do now is post it, and it'll be super dope, and we'd all be able to watch it. So I'm super interested in seeing how all you guys will use Watch Party going into the future. Let's see. What up, all the newbies coming in the room? Okay, Dominic, definitely fashion streams during Fashion Week. That's an idea. Silver Fox cooking videos for what's going on in the kitchen. Come on, man. You trying to make us jealous. Don't get caught up now, Silver Fox, and have me over at the crib now, because I'm definitely for it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fanbase Audio Marketing Room. We are the Fanbase team members. I am Noah Washington, the Partner Relationship Manager here at Fanbase. We're just resetting the room right now. I am joined by social media specialist Matt Fields. Maddie, how's your day today?
It's a busy one, but I'm hanging in there. There's a lot going on, but exciting things.
There's certainly a lot going on, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. Like, this is all shaping up to be really, really dope for the next few weeks of Fanbase. We're coming fresh off of Investathon. It's been super dope. I hope, how many people here tuned into Investathon? I hope you all did. I'm going to tell you guys a funny Investathon story, and this is going to be funny and such a distraction from the main point of this audio room. So it's me, Isaac, and Ramiro. We're in the Fanbase office. And what's funny enough, guys, is our office, our new Fanbase office, is located downstairs, like directly one floor downstairs from the TikTok office, right? So we're getting ready to go on live stream. We're getting ready to get started. If you guys noticed, we were about 2 minutes late. Right as 8 o'clock hits, the fire alarm for the building goes off. And Ramiro looks at me. I'm in the room with Ramiro. I look at Ramiro. We look at each other and we say, "Are you leaving?" "Nope." I say that back to him. "Nope." And we just stayed there. So the fire alarm eventually went off and we got back on. But that's just a funny story to tell y'all. What up, DNA? You there, bro? Let's see. We're waiting for DNA to say what's up. Oh, Dominic, you were just at the TikTok LA HQ yesterday. Ask them why did they pull the fire alarm there at the fan base office? Because I want to know. I want to know what was up. Why did they do that? Why did they do that to us? We ain't competition to them. Hateration and holleration, all in the danger, shaking my head. I love that real great name. Okay, so after that fun story, I want to, let's get back to the purpose of this room. I want to hear from you guys, and I'm going to invite y'all up to the stage. I want to hear what your thoughts are of our investor-thon. I want to hear your thoughts on the new updates that are coming on. Today's room is about listening to you guys. We're going to cut it a little short today at 5:30. So I want to use this time to really listen to you guys. Queen Mo, you the first hand. I'm inviting you up.
Hey, family.
Hey.
I seen the Investor-thon. You know what I'm saying? I got some extra eyes over there on YouTube, even though my heart is over here. I'm loving how everything is fresh. I'm loving the attraction we're getting traction from the Investor-thon. So I thought that was dope. I do want us to have another one because that one was so dope. You know what I'm saying? I had fun promoting that. So, I'm loving it. And then our sleek little look we looking kind of sexy over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving the access to the camps. So, people are going to get more eyes on their camps. But everything is falling into place. And then the watch parties, oh, yeah. I'm the TV. I do movie nights, TV nights, and all that. So, I'll definitely be using that. Definitely.
Ooh, it's definitely about to be lit in your rooms. Speaking of which, I didn't hear back. Did you see that your room is now on the schedule? Which I thought I put it there, so I'm not sure what happened.
No,
but you see it?
I think what happened was when you schedule it for that 1 week, and you know what I'm saying, and it's reoccurring I go hard every day. Every day to where sometimes I'm like, should I add this to the calendar? Because I be on there every day.
So that's right, y'all. That was the segue for me saying, if you guys have a recurring audio room that you all want to promote, please shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, right? You guys know what it is. If not, I'm going to put it in the chat. I definitely want to put as many rooms so we can give as many options to you guys as possible. So please just let me know if you guys know that when you a room is scheduled in your name and you open it up, everybody will be able to see it. So please let me know what is up. Definitely here to help and support you guys. Okay? Queen Mo, anything more you want to say to it before I bring up Danny?
I want to say Queen Mo don't bite. Even though I'm not talking about controversy all the time, I just be wanting to give y'all a hug. I don't bite. I love y'all all back. I'm done.
Hey, thank you, Queen. Okay. Let's see. Danny, are you still there? Let me see. Oh, there you go. Yep. Bringing you up. What up?
Happy Wednesday. Shout out to everyone who has a win for the day.
Hey.
Speaking of wins, I think it's really cool that we now have the different kind of landscape on our profile page. Our camps are easily accessible from our profile page. Next was Tuesday, October 1st, we have the watch party. I will be present and in attendance. I am Danny Marie, fairly new, barely 2 months here on Fanbase. I am the host of the Creator Elevation Camp. On Mondays, we have Creator Conversations, so we are bringing someone offline to Fanbase, and we're having a conversation about content creation. Tuesdays, it's more about open discussions on how to elevate as content creators. And on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. PST, we have a debate between the vets and the newbies on a topic. I think today is all content good content? But as far as my feedback for Investathon. It was extraordinary. Lots of insights, lots of wisdom. I'm so appreciative that you guys had some powerhouses who talked about fan base. What is it? And I'm also a millennial mom. You guys will always hear my kids in the background as I'm creating. My takeaways: Jamal Bryant, Will I Am, Charlamagne the God. As a podcaster, I love Charlamagne the God. I will say, as a fan ambassador, share with your brother, please. You already had a lot. One of the things that I heard, and first of all, I know that it was all hands on deck to make that a big hit, $300,000 in 3 days, I believe. So that's awesome. As a fan ambassador, the only feedback that I have, because I've heard it, is, those individuals are not present on the app. So my only take would be, can you guys involve the fan ambassadors in maybe the next event that you guys do if you do another Investathon?
So I'm going to answer that. I'm going to be in touch. We did reach out, and we had a full plan to have ambassadors be on there. We did some pre-recorded videos. The idea was to reach out to more to get more content. But because the event got so packed, because literally at the last minute, and I have no problem with this transparency, people were like, wait a minute, we didn't get in an invite. So we had to literally squeeze them in. But that was fully the plan. So next time, for sure, we're going to make sure that the event goes longer so that there's representation for the people who are on the app, the people who've invested in the app, of course, the fan base, family, friends, friends of the family. That way we get everybody in there. But it definitely was executed on. It's just, how these go, last minute changes.
For sure. Thank you guys again for all of that you do. Shout out to the fan ambassadors, and that's all for me.
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, that was up. Maddie, I want to hear what's new and what's going on in your world before we bring anybody new up. And when you're done, I'm going to hit some of the bigger things that are happening on my end as well.
Nothing totally new. Creators in Focus will be resumed by hopefully end of this week or beginning of next week. So anyone who I've gotten emails from or reached out to certain people, I will be getting back to those soon. As Investathon is kind of our main focus with the after effects of that and promoting Start Engine. But that's pretty much it for me right now. And then, as always, make sure you add your fan base profile to your Linktree page because we're still going to be drawing 5 monthly winners for that. But yeah, that's basically it.
Fantastic. Okay, we're hitting some more. Dominic, I'm going to let you go before I say my updates. Just invited you up to the stage.
It is a mindset. Stopping.
What up? Yep, we can hear you.
Hello. I'm still kind of learning a little bit about the fan base, kind of ecosystem, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to kind of see how content is made here versus looking at all of the other social medias. And it's funny that you say that because I just came back from a meeting at the TikTok headquarters. So that's funny that you had brought that up, and I'm like, okay, that's a small world. Are you guys close to that?
So we're in Atlanta. So TikTok has an office in Atlanta, and we're one floor below. Hello? You still there, Dominic?
Yeah, you just went quiet.
Oh, my bad. I went into the void. No, so we're one floor below the TikTok office in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm in the LA area, so I'm in there. I'm at the LA headquarters.
Oh man, you see, you gotta come out here, and you can tell me who we should be looking out for.
Dude, the last time I was in Atlanta was 5.5 years ago when I was working on a series. I I just hit 50,000 followers recently, so that was
congratulations.
a thing. And I just acquired my first sponsorship for VR Tech, which I'm really excited for. And it's like a monthly. It's like my first monthly paid contract too. So I'm like really blessed. Like, thank you, God. Like, and everything in between. Now I'm just making more fashion content and more videos and just trying to continue to grow as like, you know, an original Black VTuber, but also doing it, you know, trying to expand a little bit more too, which is also why I was asking about the room and all that stuff, because this is a lot from what the last time I remember. I was like, whoa, you guys have really like upgraded since then. Like it's really impressive.
Thank you. And that's because of you guys who've invested in this company, the patience and the time you've allowed us to develop the skill sets and then just make the app what it is today. And with this Investathon, you know, the whole point of it is so that we can scale the company. Now that we got operations up and running, this is meant for us to grow and to take over the world. So yeah, so cool. So, Dominic, I want to thank you for coming up and talking to us. I look forward to seeing you on the app. Shoot me a DM.
I will. I'm actually about to like make a video post like right now, but I was like kind of enthralled in this. I was like, let me post after this.
Everybody who's in this room, if you could please do me a favor and give Dominic a warm fan base welcome from all of us. Show him some love. Welcome him formally to the app.
Oh my God, you're too sweet. Oh man, you're too kind actually.
No problem. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Okay. Let's see. Andy, you in the game, bro? Talk to us about what's going on in your world. Ooh, Andy's busy right now, so let me continue with my updates. So, guys, a little bit about what's going on in my world. Next week, if you guys have been on the app long enough, we are kicking off Propel Fall 2024 digital internship session. So we will be hosting 10 new interns for Fanbase, right? From the AUC HBCU schools. So that's Clark Atlanta, Morris Brown, Spelman, Morehouse, right? ITC. I don't think we actually got any ITC students. But the point is that they will be coming in here. They will be creating content. They'll bring in their peers as well to come in and create content. And we're going to be doing a lot of really cool stuff with them. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be activations. So if you're specifically in the Atlanta area or just want to find an excuse to travel, please keep a lookout for that. I am super excited about it. We're doing that with Fanbase's program manager, Nikita Erica. So just something for you guys to look forward to, right? So the second to that is all this great content. Watch party is coming up. Just a lot of really good stuff that's happening in there in the app right now. Does anybody else have anything they want to say? Well, okay. I said today, guys, that this is going to be a bit of a shorter room today because we working hard. We can't talk about everything that we currently have going on in development, but as soon as we do, you guys will be the first ones to know, the first ones to find out, right? So without further ado, I'm going to take that as a good sign, and we will check out with you guys next week. We got a few rooms that are coming up tomorrow as well. So we have Coalition of Artists. We have Thursday Tech Talk. If you guys want to know in depth all about Watch Party, Ramiro's room is the place to launch it. We have COA. And then we have our newest audio room series that you guys have been asking for, You Matter. That's with Quentin R. Giles. That is all about the 2024 election, right? So if you guys need to figure out what's truly going on, if you guys are not fans of CNN or Fox, or want to find another avenue to get your political coverage, join us back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to check it out. I'm going to be in the room this time. If you guys don't know, I'm a political pundit. So we're going to be in there. We're going to be chopping up. We're going to be talking about the facts and what's what. And I cannot wait to see you guys there. And on that note, we are out.
wow, they closed the room early today, y'all. Sorry, I'm still streaming, multitasking. Hope you enjoyed the short room. Have a good day. I'm actually going to do something different. There's a couple of other rooms that's open. Black Men versus Kamala Harris. Looks like they're talking about that. I'm not going to go in there. She does her own streaming, so I'm going to respect that. There is another one. This is not a no allowed room. I'll go ahead and bypass that. There's this cafe. Let's go in the Wisdom Arrested room. Great host. Tori Lee is about to start her room.
Be well informed, you know.
So
now,
this is an overflow from what happened earlier.
Who feels like they don't want to know and they don't care,
Oops.
and that's on your fool behind. You're gonna end up getting got not knowing. And I'd rather know at all points in time. I'm on the side that's knowing. So
here we go.
You know, I want to be informed, and I
live.
will inform. But I ain't an informant.
We're talking about a guy that got arrested.
I mean, but think about this. Look how long the app has been here, right? Look how long the app has been here. I've known the app for 2 years, you know, right? And this person has been here. A lot of you have been here from the very beginning, and people are still coming. But so think about those that have been here for, you know, however long. What's the longest? About 5 years? I think I heard. And so those that's been here in the beginning, and he's been here all this time, he's never showcased probably none of these things yet. And what ironic that all of these years later, that's been a part of his character the whole time. Like, that's crazy. So imagine the people that he's violated and made feel some type of way that didn't have this platform right here, wasn't on social audio, that wasn't connected to us, where you would have never known, you would have never seen it, and yet he's still connected to the people that's here. So if anybody is dealing with any, domestic violence, or you feel somebody saying something to you and makes you feel uncomfortable, man, say something to somebody. Like, you need a witness. You need to say something to somebody else. It don't matter how crazy it may sound or anything like that, because that's your seal of protection right there. If nobody knows, then nobody can be an advocate for you, to fight for you, or to Push was there. So look, she had a witness. Imagine if she didn't have a witness and it was just those two in the room, because sometimes we have rooms and it's just 2 and 3 people in there. It's just 2 people in there. And you having those conversations, and you decided to link up with somebody and nobody was there to witness, to kind of hear what the person was saying, to advise you something different. So say something to somebody. Women are told the same thing. When they're in abusive situations, the woman is told, oh, just suck it up. It's all right. And it'll get better. And don't worry about it. Or sometimes nothing at all. They're told nothing at all. And so in those situations, you know, that's not what we should be saying, right? You shouldn't be just saying, oh, suck it up. It's all right. Be strong. Stop being weak. That's not weak. That's actually being strong to stand up and say something. And we already understand law enforcement doesn't take it serious until you have a gun in your back and a fool shooting at you. So that's crazy.
And by then, it might be too late.
Yeah, y'all just gave me an idea. So we're going to have a fan-based neighborhood watch. We need to all shake our phones. No, seriously. We can all shake our phone and tell the tech that we need that function. We'll be the first app with that function, to where, you know, we can have a meetup function, you know, a safety meetup. And, you know, once you meet the person, you validate, okay, everything's good and safe. And then, you know, time limit, you know, to check in to make sure everything's good. And, you know, to validate, all right, we good. We're going to go off on our date or whatever, or have our business meeting. And once it's over, validate, you know, I made it home safe. If we don't get that you made it home safe, then somebody need to be looking for you. Something, a drone or something.
Not because it's funny, but because it's so true. and we don't know how true it is. Because I was saying that today in the room earlier when Zarian had the crown that he was in, that, you know, a lot of us had met up before, and down here in Houston, he was like, well, how many of it was us? And I was like, it was 20 of us. And so that was a large group, so everybody don't get a chance to experience or do that. And, you know, a lot of people do be ready to meet people, so to have some kind of precaution, you know, is really a good thing, because, you know, it will make the experience a lot safer for people to connect and meet, and you know, keep everybody informed on what's going on. So yeah, I'm with it 100%. But you know, it's just funny you called it a neighborhood watch.
Hey, DeRosco, welcome to the stage. You catching up, and I know you knew who Wisdom was. You probably knew him longer than most, maybe. I don't know. Did you?
Yes, DeRosco knew Wisdom.
Yeah, I know Wisdom from the app, of course, not in real life. And wow, just wow.
Yeah, by what you think?
I've been referring to a different article that came through Newsbreak that was talking about an uptick in swatting and doxing coming from online, I guess, and you know, that sort of thing. But wow, yeah, just wow.
Hey, DeRosco. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Miss you, girl.
Miss you too, Miss Lady.
I think it's kind of crazy, but I like that. I like the little neighborhood watch or something like. I do think that that's important. Seriously, men and women, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. I gotta be like iconic for the app. So that was a great suggestion for everybody to shake their phones and look out for one another. And see, Joyce, this is why I was saying we need to have like that feature on the app where you have the Find My iPhone. If we had that type of feature where we can like ping each other, like the people that, you know, maybe it can be, you know, you have to figure out the fine lines of it. But to kind of be able to reach people quickly, or you know, something like that. We just have to find a way to keep each other safe, especially if this is the community that we're building amongst like-minded individuals, and we like each other and we want to see each other safe and we want to be able to hang out with each other. It's just like a digital air tag, right? So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it was a very toxic.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it sounds like it was a very toxic relationship that lasted a year, and we never knew, you know what I mean? We never knew that was going on. I talked to Wisdom. I never knew. He was cool with me, you know what I mean? But, of course, everyone's cool with you online, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I was shocked. I wouldn't even thunk it that he would stoop to such levels where, you know, especially on a female, you know? Like, yeah, I had to absorb that one.
Yeah, the whole gun to the back. So, I can't imagine what that feels like.
But didn't he? So was he the same person? And I don't know if me and Roscoe was in the room together, but was he the same person? Somebody said that he was trying to stalk them or something. Like he would appear up in every room that they would be in, and he would say kind of crazy things to the female. It was something like that. So I don't know if it was him or if it was somebody else, but I do know that.
I think that was him, and I think it was more not like, I think it was more one of those creepy things, like, because, and this is just on the account of it being in the rooms where, you know, somebody would be in there and he'll be like, well, I knew you were going to be here. You know, going in with that psychic stuff again. Yeah. Something had spoke to me and told me you were going to be here. So it comes off as a little creepy when you're telling somebody that online. And, you know, they're moving around on the app, and then you're appearing, and then you're telling them that, you know, like your psychic power led you to them or something.
Man, that's beyond, not, there's no kind of creepy. That's definitely something's wrong with this person. Something's definitely wrong with this person. Because why are you, I mean, even when you start saying things like that, like, oh, I kind of foresaw this, like, come on now, that is a red flag. And then why, so this is another thing, okay? So I'm just going to throw this out there because I think that it's moving out of traumatic behavior. So when a group of people see that, and even men off rip, you being in a space with somebody that starts showcasing that type of behavior, why isn't it addressed then? Like, you stop that person, or you kind of figure out a way to get that person out of the space, off the app, because that's a serious situation, and typically women can't really navigate through that, because how are we going to come against a man like that? But when the men stand up and be like, hey, we have to figure out how to keep the women safe in this environment, like moving forward on the app, is that something that we can kind of incorporate and act on?
If I may, I don't. Was that Price who mentioned the community? And I just want to say, we got to realize what's taking place, because this experience I'm having right now, I don't believe any of us had on Instagram, Facebook, or anything like that. And I think this is something we should put together, because I'm based out of Los Angeles, so I know all the tickers and talkers for the most part out here. I believe you're in Texas. People know who in their cities for the most part, or they may be close to them. So when we talking and people talking about, hey, let's link up, we should look out for each other, man, because that could become a huge part of this platform in our communities over here. Because nobody got that on. Yeah. Nobody got that on Instagram, because for one, it was probably too large and it never started out. But that's something we can build over here. And that even can be a plus for the app, because that's a safety net. You know what I'm saying? Not only for us adults, but for the younger people that are coming over here, because, you know, they're more vulnerable. You know, you got young people, they'll pull up, do some drugs, and we got fentanyl out here, and some of us older people will do some drugs. And then hey, I'm telling y'all, we think you hearing stories right now, you can only imagine how big Instagram is. Yeah, how big Instagram is, how many people women not got raped, dudes not got killed, set up, and everything. It's a lot of stories like we're explaining right now. So we should definitely, we're not putting nobody on blast, but hey, we be in the news for each other, because I don't want to see nobody get caught up, by no means, by nobody. You know what I'm saying? I want you to have a lovely, prosperous life. And it's monsters out here, man. Y'all don't get too caught up in la la land thinking, I know God is good, but shit, the other person's great too. I don't do the devil, but the other person is great too, and that motherfucker out here too. So, and the devil just don't come in man form; it come in women form too. So gentlemen got to be safe as well as the women. As people, we have to be safe. So if you're in Houston and you hear somebody on here talking about, yeah, we're going to link up and we're going to go to such and such spot, you might want to tell them, like, hey, that ain't really a cool spot. They be jacking people over there. Or women, you hear women linking up, and ladies, you hear somebody in your city or state and you familiar with these areas, send them a DM and, you might want to do a little more investigation, because we don't know each other like that. But we so open to pull up. And when you pull up on people, don't, find a neutral place. Say, hey, yeah, let's link up, but let's link up by the police department. It's bad we got to do that, but hey, it's better to stay safe than end up in the ground 6 feet deep or become a victim. You got to suffer for the rest of your life as a victim. So, man, let's do what we can do now before it's too late, and then we'll be talking about it again. I just wanted to share that, man.
Much appreciated. Push was cooking, so I don't know how to follow up behind that, because he pushed the damn pan off the stove.
Push said he come to push, okay? Push through all adversities and come through with a statement, man. I love that. You know, I mean, it is. Especially for men. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a woman, and I've been in spaces where women have said some of the most craziest things to you men. And I know it's got to be uncomfortable sometimes for a woman to come at you sexually driven or, you know, different things. And women are out here setting people up for the love of money. You know, the prince of the air is definitely princing. So, you know, I could only imagine if this was the shoe was on the other foot, if it was a female or maybe. So even saying this, right? She said out of her mouth that he got his whole life, his whole persona from her. She gave that to him. That's what she birthed that to him. That's what she said out of her mouth. She was very confident and she chuckled after she said it. Like she was proud of that. So imagine, guess what? We got to watch out for her. Now we got to tell the men, hey, watch out for Michelle. Because if she feels like she gave him that whole persona and she thought it was cool and it was cute, then guess what? She's a predator too.
Yeah, she created her first zombie.
Right. It made me think of that Rihanna song with Eminem. I'm friends with a monster living under my bed. Get along with the voices that's in my head.
So her profile is Melissa Beauty. At least that's what it was in the room. She said it was something else. It was Melissa Wisdom. I don't know if anybody remembers when it was that. But so I think she's been on here a while, but she said she was being trolled by him. So everywhere she goes in the room, so she didn't come on here much.
So that's where I heard that from. It was her saying that. But if he was trolling you and you end up dealing with him for a year is a long time. That's a long time to be in a relationship with somebody. And
I'm just going to say, remember, they weren't dating. That's why I keep saying she was infatuated with him.
Right.
Because she said we were friends. Because you're friends, but you're sticking around with the bullshit. That means you're infatuated.
But how was he her friend if he was stalking her in all the rooms? That's what I'm trying to understand. He was chasing you around in the rooms and bugging you. And so I didn't come on the app that much. So, you know, you didn't come on the app, but you created but you was meeting up with him outside of the app?
So when we say friends, you know, friends with benefits, right? So, yeah. You know they was doing some things because you clearly know they had more than just a friendship. Because she said it. She said some things earlier. I ain't going to repeat it. It was kind of gross. But she talked about she was talking. I was, I was in onboarding. So she came on stage and said, I asked her who referred her, and that's how it happened. And then she said that Wisdom did. Wisdom referred her. And she wanted to meet the people that actually had spoken with him, which now that Brian said it that way, I do find that odd because like he said, someone beat you and attacked you and did all these things to you and you want to meet people that knew him? So that kind of makes sense. Why would
when he started. That's why I let him cook. I say that's why I let him cook when he started. Before when he did your room, I was like, oh shit, here go Brian with this again. But he really started cooking. I'm like, okay, let me see where this goes.
Yeah, but she was going off into
really
this.
Good questions.
Yeah, you're right. She was going off into the spirits, and it got deep. That stuff got deep. I had to boom my room, okay? I boomed onboarding. I said, I got to boom onboarding.
That's why I told them, I say that wasn't what the room was meant for. She's trying to keep that brand a particular way because that brand is supposed to be, for a safe zone for new people to come in. That's why she kept trying to get a room up to the girl, but the girl didn't want to take the room.
But she didn't want to take the room because she didn't. Go ahead,
I'm thinking I'm trying to protect her from King Thoy, and then she go over there and get cut up by Kim Cuts.
And she didn't want to talk about that. Why didn't she want to? Why didn't she want to talk about that though?
No, she did. She stated what she stated, and I don't disagree. I can't disagree. You said what you said. That's the end. They had a room by the title was along the lines of something about black men dissing Camilla or something like that. And she went in there and told them they was she said
Camilla bitches. She said, what is you Camilla bitches in here talking about? She went in there and went off on them.
She said that? Oh.
Yeah. She just went in the room, got right up on the stage. And at first she said, what is y'all in here talking about? She said, what are you Camilla bitches up here talking about? And then
wow.
Did it. Bitch, I don't know you. You don't know me like that to be calling me no bitch. And she just wop for the next 30 minutes. And that's why I was like, okay. Then I come back over here and see she was in here. I'm like, now, is she an actor? But she came in here with a damn...
That part. That's why she didn't want to talk about it. She wanted us to feel sad when we're going through this trauma with her, and she going in other rooms talking like it didn't even phase her none.
Yeah. So either she's possessed or she's a demon her damn self.
That's
all. What you said, you just gonna live with it. So ain't no need to talk about it. That's how she feels. That's how she feels.
Yeah, but see, that's what we talking about, like. And I think Joy said that earlier when we go in Locke's room. That's that soul ties. Like every time you have sexual intercourse with somebody, you guys are swapping energy, all of that. And so now you both are wrapped up in this whole fantasy world. So just think, like, I'm just playing, angel's advocate because I ain't no devil, okay? I'm going to play angel's advocate. What if they decided to be the type of people who decided to together go prey on people, right? And go get other women to join them or other men to join them. This could have been this could have went way left. Because her psychological process about all of this is crazy. And then I'm with y'all. You come over here. You want people to feel sympathy for you. You want them to be like, oh, we're so sorry. And she's like, I just need a place to be and just say these things. And then she'll be like,
for 5 minutes, no. She want to cry. For 5 minutes, she want to cut somebody out.
And that was wow. And I was just like, what in the world is happening? But then you go over into somebody else's space. Right? And then you start being ignorant in their space. Cuts had every reason to cut you up, and everybody else. How do you go in to somebody else's space when you just were over here crying? You was crying. Well, to me, y'all, she wasn't crying. I know y'all said she was crying, but she wasn't crying.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. There was no tears. Yeah.
But when you're drinking, come on, I can muster up some tears right now. If I think about some past situations, I can muster up some tears now.
Right.
But you can also sound like you crying too. You can make those kind of breathing noises and all of that. So clearly this sounds like this was something that she kind of was planning to do, is to come and scoot around the app today, because it's not that she came and she needed somebody to talk to in your room. It's that now she's scooting around the room, creating additional chaos. Something's really wrong with her mentally, and I want to say that I'm praying for her.
You make a good point too. So that's another thing people are not aware of. You have teams doing this shit, right? One person will pretend to be that they're pitching that this is a good couple. Hey, you should meet. Yeah, you should meet up with us and hang out with us, and then they draw people into them, and then you got 2 people doing it versus 1. But you believe that it's only one person, so you sympathize with her, you feel sorry for her, and then she lure you in, and then you still a victim. So, man, it's a lot of shit going on out here. So we got to definitely be careful. And people teaming up to run scams. You see it every day. It ain't just the men. It's just not the men together. It's women and women scamming, and it's women and men as groups or couples, and they go around scamming people, women and men. So.
Yeah, that's why we have to be careful out here, because that is the truth. I mean, we see those stories all the time. I mean, I don't know if some of you, if you watch crime TV, you kind of see these types of things happening where they gather together and prey on people. And today, I don't know. Like, I don't know. She's jumping all over the place, and she's jumping in and out of rooms. I don't know. I think everybody better be careful today with her and what her thought process might be, because she might try to create a different page. She might change her profile picture. Like, we really don't even know what her name is. It was Michelle Wisdom. Now it's Michelle Williams. I'm really confused with what she's trying to do. But this just shows you right here. We got to be careful. And why? There's other people on this app who thinks like her. Don't get it twisted. They're about to start floating out in a minute. It's like the app is going to be purged, because if she's coming back into these spaces with this witchery, and it's a lot of people on here that claim they witches too. I've heard about it. So a lot of them are conjuring up stuff. So you got to make sure you safe, men and women, and especially men, for real, because she said that she said that he was chasing her, but she said she birthed him. I'm just saying, I just want to keep throwing that out there. She said that she created him. She created the whole Wisdom 33 or whatever. She created that. And so I'm more than sure that even that number has symbolic meaning to them, right? So... yeah, it's like you gotta hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your cats, everybody. God, no.
And look, it ain't funny, but it's funny. Because Brian called that. He said, "Oh, so you're who we have to thank for bringing him to the app like this, even though he brought her to the app, but he's the creation of her." He basically spoke on that.
So both of them were saying that they was the. So this is why I can't grasp what's really going on, because it's too complex. It's too complex. And if he brought her here, but she said that she stopped being on the app because he was trolling her, but he made her, he birthed her. But she just came in today and said that she birthed him. Like, come on now. This sounds like it's just...
That was the spirit talking. That wasn't her.
Yeah, the spirit of Lucifer. Okay. And, yeah, she hurry up and kicked herself out the room.
Brian didn't even know who that was. That went way over his head. I'm like, nigga, she talking about the dark hole. She done watched some.
Yeah, because she asked her, what's your name? She wanted him to say his name so bad.
Right. And power is in the tongue.
And also remember, too, when sometimes you have, I was in corporate America for 25 plus years, around 27 years. Sometimes you have, what is it called? Oh, Bonnie and Clyde's, right? And then when the Clyde get caught, the Bonnie says, oh, yeah, he was holding me captive, because you got to understand, when people do manipulative shit like this, or they're victimized, there's crimes that take place with these people as couples. Like, they could have been scamming, they could have been setting other women up, he could have been... It's just a multitude of shit. And this brings me back to Puff, right? We don't know if Puff did the shit, but sometimes, like I'm saying, a woman will be used to lure other women in. And then they play as a group. So when one of them get caught, one of them claims to be victim. So when, they found out, you guys are scamming. No, he was holding me hostage. He was making me do these scams so they can get a green card out of jail. You get what I'm saying? So y'all we really gotta watch the play, man. This shit been going on for a long time. In my short 54 years, and I know this shit goes on. And I'll tell you guys a little something. You know, in 2016, I didn't want to share this when it happened, but I had an incident where a woman set me up, and I'm not ashamed to say it because it wasn't on no sex shit. It was on some business shit, right? People can smell money. You guys really have to understand this. You can pretend to be low key, but you carry yourself a certain way. So when you got the money and you doing pretty good and somebody doing bad, they can smell it, they can see it, they can feel it. And this young lady set me up. I got pistol whooped, damn near beat to death, right? These two young dudes, you know what I'm saying? And she used her little sexuality. She was dating one of the dudes. They recruited another dude, one of his friends. They was gonna tie me up. They had a taser in the bag. You know, thank God they got caught, right? And the sad thing about it, I was a little upset when it happened, right? But I could have lost my life. They fucked me up, right? And my people found out it happened. This was in 2016, and my people wanted to do some things. I said, no, don't do that. I said, God gonna take care of it. So when it long story short, both of the guys got 8 years apiece. She got 4 years. They all got caught, and all they stole from me was my pistol. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to carry a laptop and a camera, maybe $600 worth of shit on the street. As far as selling, they probably would have got $200 for the shit, maybe $400 for the pistol, right? The sad part is this: they did all that, and I say that to say this. They went to prison. I'm a shareholder in prisons. Prisons are privatized. They made themselves victims, and I got richer. It's funny shit that's going on like this, but just be careful, man. Just be careful out here, because sometimes people ain't who they present themselves as to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a mask, it's a front. They trying to see who they can fucking line up. And you might want to ask, Push, hey, this dude, he out in L.A., he said you be at this car wash or this restaurant. I said, no, I ain't never heard of him, but hey, if you want me to pull up, if I'm available, I'll pull up and stand by for you. We got to look out for each other, man. So don't be afraid to look out for your brother or your sister. If you know something, speak on that shit. We ain't got to say it out loud in the rooms. Send somebody a DM and be like, hey, be careful with dude. Or guys, say, hey, be careful with this female, because everybody running a play, and that play may not be a good play. So I just wanted to share that, man.
I'm trying to figure out how she get less time than them. It's the shit I be talking about with the equity. That wasn't equitable.
It sure wasn't.
Just like them dudes.
She should have got the same thing.
But that goes to what I was saying earlier. Not saying that it's not, bridged on both sides of the bridge, but it's so much worse for guys than it is for women, just because that's the way the world moves,
Yeah, that could go both. I think it depends on the situation, bro. I do think it depends on the situation. I am a person that do believe that regardless to man or woman, that you should be held accountable for your actions. Period. It doesn't matter. I feel like if a man can go to jail for child support, so should the woman, because there's instances right on both ends. As we've always seen, the issue is that most of the time, like back in the day growing up, or way back in the time when they've done something to women and taken advantage of women, it was always swept under the rug. Why? Because the woman was supposed to be mute. Right? These things are supposed to happen to you, and not that every man felt that way, but that was just kind of like what society kind of created to, keep that level of separation. But then you have spaces where women were doing the same thing. Like women, how many times, the lady here in Georgia, another Georgia story. The lady from Madison High School or something like that. I can't even remember the high school, but I could get it for you here in a second. But she was sleeping around with the teenage boy on the football team, and she was a cheerleading coach. Like, that's serious situation. That, like, how? And she had been doing it for years. And how did they find out about it? And they found out about it by the girls. She let the cheer girls use her iPad for something, and they went through, as they were going through the iPad, you know, doing videos or whatever, they came across the videos of them in the auditorium together with all the lights out and, like, you know, very risque. And she said that was her man. Whole time she's married with children. I'm going to let you take away, Thor.
That is a perfect example of one of those unfair, unequitable situations. She probably got slapped on the wrist, probably did some probation. If that was a man, though, they finna burn him at the stake. He getting burned at the stake. And there was just a situation. I thought you was finna bring up the situation where the teacher let the students run a train on her. That shit is crazy. How does that happen in this world? Like, at what point are you a teacher and then you getting involved with these students at these? It make my head hurt. I'm gonna have to rest my brain on that.
Well, I'll give you the answer to that one. Well, there's a lot of people in society that are undiagnosed. Like, you could talk to somebody and they could be on a level. You could really think they squared away and they put together. You got to understand, when we learn shit about people and you're like, wow, he did what? We keep forgetting people are human, and most predators are in the closet. They don't walk around with billboards talking about, I'm going to victimize people, right? But a lot of people are out here undiagnosed, and they should be on meds, and they not on meds. They trying to, you know, they smoke a little reefer or weed, or they drink a little alcohol, and they try to self-medicate, but that don't work. That actually escalates the situation and makes it worse. So we have to realize and understand that just because some person appears to be sane, they could really be insane. So just be aware of that, man. A lot of people are undiagnosed, and they seem just as regular as you and I, but they really not squared away. We don't need to know the validity of teachers having sex with the students. That shit is deeper than we could even imagine. The people at work. I mean, I've had jobs when I was younger. Man, I worked for the United States Postal Service when I was 19. Bruh, they were having sex in the rat closet. So it's like, this shit really go down. It's human nature. Is it right? Not at all, but it goes down. And when I hear this shit, I'm not surprised, because I know humans gonna do what humans do. And it's not always what should be done or right. So that's what it is.
Yeah, you ain't never lied about that. But I was trying to find the update on the Monroe High School cheerleader, the cheerleader coach. So they just dropped an update, I want to say yesterday or something like that. Because I'm driving, I can't pull it up. So Joyce, I don't know if one of y'all could find it and kind of throw it in the chat, but they just indicted her. So she thought she was scot-free, smooth. So how about her father is like somebody big in the city? She's one of the highest paid coaches. So it's like she's connected in the city because her family is like these, you know, prolific people in the city. So that's the problem right there, because just like Push said, this ain't the first kid she preyed on. This is just the first time she's got caught. So she tried to change her hair, go to church, pray it off, and all these types of things. First off, God is not a magician. This ain't no game you playing here that you can hit the restart button and start that level over. No, this is real life. And I mean, I don't know if that's like, if that young man felt like, well, you know, I'm winning because, you know, I'm big dog, I got the cheer coach, you know, I mean, because he's a young man, his brain hasn't fully developed. And we already know how high school students are, right? And there are instances where they sleeping with the teacher. I mean, it's just the same thing of how people felt that the teacher was grooming kids. The one who had the kids he was taking their hair out. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be just mindful all the way around the board that they come in all ages, shapes, colors, all of that. And you, for real, you really have to hide your kids and hide your wife and hide yourself. It's like we better off just being on social audio, building strong relationships with people that you really can trust, that you've vetted, and then you just create a space where you guys can hang out, get to know each other, and become family. But it's kind of scary in that, because how, like Push said, people can push their minds off and be a certain person for a long period of time, and you won't even know it. And then that'll be the person that kill everybody in the house. It's things like that has happened too. So, yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's bad out here. I don't feel that, no matter if it's a man or a woman, I feel like they all should get the same max amount of time. If you're a predator in any case, I don't care if it's to adults or to children, those are the ones they need to give a life sentence to. Those are the ones that deserve it. But they're not. They're going to put them right back out here on the streets. Why? Because a lot of these, the sheriff, Georgia, just like last year or something, they hit a sex trafficking ring out in Florida. They pulled out a guy that worked for the sheriff department here in Georgia. Huh? How? What you doing all the way down there? So it's closer than we think. It's closer than we think. We just gotta be safe out here. If it's you or anybody else say something. Say something. Even if they don't want you to say something, say something. Link up. Let somebody know, hey, I'm going to go meet such and such tonight, or if you in the city, hey, what you doing tonight? Can you sit in the restaurant or something too, and sit over on the side? If I scratch my head like excessively, then come and snatch me on up out of here. Call my phone, anything, because the predators they're preying. They're preying real hard. So yeah, I don't know how you guys want to continue to handle that situation. It's just scary all the way around the board. I don't even know what to say. I feel like we need to pray over the whole app today. Pray over the whole app. Pray over everybody's room, because this is just
we went
ridiculous.
to sleep feeling too good, huh? We went to sleep laughing and woke up. I told y'all it was gonna be something weird today. Hate to interrupt.
This was wild, though. This was like unexpected, all because of, it's like, sheesh. That's crazy.
Listen, man, how does this type of things happen, though, in front of our faces? That's just absolutely crazy. Just like Kid earlier was throwing out those definitions of people who really think that they're somebody else. They really they don't need multiple accounts on Fanbase. They have multiple accounts in their mind. They show up in the room different every time. So it's absolutely crazy. And I don't know if anybody has had an experience like that. If you want to share it, you're free to share that. What's up, Deshaun? Y'all, I'm driving. I can't see.
What's up, everybody?
But it is. And I will say, too, that I had that type of experience when I was like 19. I was about 19. I met this guy. I was dating him. Matter of fact, my friend hooked him up, but I knew my friend wasn't no good anyway. That's how we used to hang out with everybody, because she messed around with all the older guys. So I thought she was older, and we're a year apart. But she hooked me up with this dude and was like, oh, no, it's cool, all of that. He told me he was 24. November came. It was like the beginning of November. He came over to my house with my mom, my mother, my brother. We all sitting at the table playing dominoes, laughing, talking, eating. And then he was like, yeah, my birthday today or whatever. And everybody like, your birthday today, even me. Like, dang, your birthday today? You didn't even tell me your birthday was today. But we was just kind of fresh, new, talking and hanging out. But I had to bring him around my family to kind of fill him out. That man said that. So my brother said, well, how old are you? Do you know that man said, oh, I just turned 30. The whole house, my brother shook the table. My brother shook the table and grabbed the dude up because I was shocked. I was taken back, right? We cleared the house. They like, you can't talk to my sister no more, all of these things. And that was it. He showed up to the house the next day. He knew my mother worked nights. He had something of mine, and he was like, I want to, drop this off to you. No problem. It wasn't no issue. I opened up the door, let him in so that he could give me whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was at the time. You guys don't know. He started wrestling with me. He started wrestling with me because I told him, I'm not going to be with you. He was like, your brother now, I should have told you I was 30, but, I knew you wouldn't talk to me if I would have told you that. And I'm like, but you should have gave me that opportunity to decide that. And then I didn't even know it was your birthday. Everything you doing is a lie. He got mad because I said I wouldn't talk to him. He started wrestling with me. He grabbed me. He grabbed the keys from by the door hanging, dragged me out the house, threw me in his car, and drove me off somewhere. We drove off somewhere. Now, mind you, y'all, this ain't really a cell phone type of time. Like, you might have a little Nokia, you might have a Motorola, a Razor or something, but really phones, nobody really cared about no cell phone really like that. And he drove me with him, drove me way far out somewhere. And he was driving real fast. It had a real drop, like a real big hill. There was a real big drop. And he was flying, driving down the hill. He did it like 4 times. I kept screaming, like, you gonna hurt me, you gonna kill me. I was just like, look, I'm letting you know if I don't make it home, my family gonna know it's you. And it's not going to be pretty. Oh, I wouldn't hurt you. I love you. I just want you to understand I want to be with you and all of these things. I physically had to tell him, okay, it's okay. We're going to be together. It's going to be okay. Just for him to get me home safe, y'all. I ain't probably never told nobody this story. That's how crazy that situation was for me. Like, I was like, what? That probably caused distrust, right? Where you really don't trust people. And to this day, he even sold me and my mother, he sold my mother a truck too. So he dropped me off back at home. I got home safe. He like, don't tell your mother nothing, all of this. Maybe about a month later, my mother was down to the last payment she had to pay him for that truck. We woke up the next morning, the truck was gone. He came and stole the truck back, must have rolled it on out or something. And we never seen him again. It was no way for us to be able to reach him. He was supposed to be able to give us the title. Like, it was a crazy situation. So I'm saying that's how serious it is for women. That's why I know Throat was saying, like, well, men have it bad. Listen, we both have it bad. You never know the type of temperament that you're dealing with when you're dealing with people. Because people will put on a face like they are somebody totally different. And when that mask come off, it's just not safe. So, I can share those things because I'm not, I feel that if you share things with people, somebody might be going through that and think that there's no light at the end of that tunnel for them. And you need to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel for you. You do not have to stay in that type of situation. And you don't deserve to be treated like that, regardless to if you're a male or a female. You don't deserve that. Tell somebody. As soon as you see the first red flag, I don't do any type of abusive behavior. So if you raise your voice at me, that's abusive behavior. I'm out. Because if you raise your voice, you'll raise your hand. And if you raise your hand, then I guess I'm going to have to take you on out because I'm with it. Because if I had to choose between my life and yours and you are the person that will cause harm to me, I'm going home. I'm going home. My daughter needs to see me. My family is checking for me. There's people out here in the world that needs to hear my voice, that needs to know something that I'm connected to. We're all responsible for each other. And I know we don't look at it like that, but we're all designed to be together, some way, shape, or form, whether friendship, relationship. We're always better together. It was two that was made. There's two. That's all you need is two. Two people make one baby. So that means you need somebody. So when you tell somebody something. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed to tell somebody what's going on in your relationship. And I know that in abusive relationships, people are like, oh, well, you're just going to stay with them anyway. That's all you're going to. It doesn't matter what happens, but give them a safe space to let them know that, hey, I see you. I value you. Pour into them. Uplift them. Because that might be just what they need to come up out of that. Because people are crazy. For real, in real life. And this was, and I'm not going to say this was before apps, because we had MySpace, I was on Black Planet, all of that. I was in all type of spaces. So I know that it's possible. And people will take your face and create different accounts and be somebody else and lure people in. That's serious. So we have to be, accountable for one another and just look out. It's okay. You don't have to know me. I don't have to know you, but I love you. I care for you. I don't want to see no news article with your name and I've been in these spaces with you. I would be so hurt by that, because it's like, dang, I remember seeing them in there and they were so loving and nice and always had kind things to say. Like, remember, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
Well, I would like to
Tori,
say, go ahead, Joyce. My apologies.
Oh, you good. I was just going to say real quick, girl, you speaking on it, and I wanted to share, I don't want to make this long and dragged out because I did kind of share some in my memoirs of a shy girl, but I want to say, too, that this is why I feel so deep about the P. Diddy and all of the stuff that's going on, like R. Kelly. I actually was in a similar situation myself, where it's older men. This is why I feel a certain way. They get the young ones. I was really young. And so it's like a manipulation. You feel good because they was impressed by you. They say how you look. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a manipulative type of situation. You got to be careful if you're trying to be a singer, an actress, whatever you're trying to do. They have this thing to where they see, oh, you got talent, and they lure you in because you think you're going to be this star. See, that's another thing that they don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? They lure women in. Young ones, they start young. You know what I mean? And they tell them, oh, you talented. They pump them up to make them really believe that they are something that they may not be. But it's only because there's other things that they're wanting from that person. And then how many women have gone over to sex trafficking, human trafficking because of it? It's deep, y'all. I'll rest my mind.
If I may, thank you, Joyce. You're doing your part. I just want to let you know that you're doing your part, because a lot of times you're going to be in spaces like this. You're going to be at your job. You're going to be just out and about. And people don't share their stories when they're victims. Like, there's somebody in this room probably right now that's a victim. They're not going to come off the mic and say that. They may not even realize as of yet they're a victim, because they could be in the beginning stages. And you know how sometimes women, because I've seen this firsthand, not with my two sisters because they didn't play that shit, but I've seen it with childhood friends where even some of my friends were victimizing women. And I was like, wow, damn. And I'm like, I would pull my guys to the side like, bro, why you treating a lady like that? If you don't want to be with her, just let her go on her way. You ain't got to be hitting on her and grabbing her up. But with you sharing it, it gives people that may be experiencing some of these situations to speak up or to kind of reassess what environment they're in with their counterpart to say, hey, this is not normal. This dude don't really love me. That's not why he doing that. But that's what they make the victim feel. Like, the only reason I slap you is because I love you and I want you to know that I care. The reason, I'm so forceful with you, I'm looking out for you. And when you know as a predator you can manipulate people, all you have to do is find out what they want and give them what they believe they need, and you can control a person. It's called mastery, right? Dianetics teach that. That's some weird shit, but it teaches Dianetics. If you know anything about the book Dianetics, it's a series of books. So by doing this, we are stepping forward and doing our part. Like, again, people don't tell their stories because sometimes we become victims and we're ashamed, we're embarrassed, and we don't share it. But it's very imperative that we share it, because you may share a story and say, yeah, the dude's name was James and I was in Texas, and it may be another woman that know James too, and you're like, is he like 6 feet tall, he dark skinned with braids? Oh shit, I met that dude. So you gotta understand, when you're speaking with a victim, they're not the only victim. They're the victim that came forward. But the other victims, like you see with Puff Daddy, you're going to see people coming out the woodworks, like Epstein. You see people came out the woodworks, Weinstein. You're going to see multiple victims start coming out the woodworks. Some of them are being honest, some of them lying, trying to get a check. We know that. But you're doing your part, so shouts out to everybody participating in this room. And we got to get the word out, man. Let's stop being tough, and let's stop saying that ain't none of my business, because you don't want to become a victim. I'm here to tell you that. I damn near lost my life dealing with this damn woman, and this shit happens. I'm here to tell you it happens. Guys, don't think you that motherfucking cool. Now I got things in place now. I move totally different now since that shit happened to me. Because before that, I was like, oh, ain't nobody gonna set me up or do nothing to me. I'm a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm nice. They don't give a fuck who you are and what you are and what you're about. They think they can make you a victim. They're going to try to do it. And I share my story now just to let other gentlemen know, hey, bro, some of these women out here ain't on up and up. They lining dudes up. So just be careful, you know? So thank you for sharing. Thank you all for sharing, man. Yeah. Just take care of each other.
Yeah, I agree with that, brother. You know,
thank you for sharing. Go ahead, Deshaun. You have the floor.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful out here with everybody, you know, meeting new folk, and all folk and kinfolk, you know. There's definitely a lot of that. So, like CEO said, you know, I move kind of similar. You just have to have certain deterrents in place when you're meeting people. You have to have certain, as they call it, shell companies. You just have to have those for yourself in place in certain triggers, so that if XYZ happens, you already know what your plan ABC is. Like how Tori was saying, you know, have somebody in the restaurant with you, you know, just there moonlighting you. It's never easy to say that, you know, do all of this, and then when you're out there and actually implementing it, you know, you're like, oh, well, it ain't gonna happen to me until it happens. And just coming from a place where setups happen every day, like, you know, Brooklyn, you always got to keep your head on the swivel. You always got to keep your ear to the street and got to know what the new scam is, because, I mean, I love you is a strong word. And if you somebody that's not, like, really secure in yourself, and you out there looking for love, and, you know, now Brooklyn's a gentrified place, and, you know, we have different people coming there and feeling safe. You get mixed up with the wrong girl just because she working in corporate America don't mean she ain't about that scam life. I know plenty of women that's about that scam life, and they wear rocking suits and dresses, and they talk with the best of them. You gotta keep your head up. So I'm gonna land my plane.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, and you do. You have to stay on the up and up, and watch yourself, because I agree. Just like, you know, Push and Joyce both brought up like that whole Diddy situation, and I was speaking on that earlier as it relates to his twin daughter. When you see them in pictures, they're 18, they're seniors. I think they just graduated or they're about to graduate. And I want to say, and the crazy thing is that I thought that they lived here or someone was going to school here, because they were at my daughter's game once, but I'm not going to say her what school she go to. But they were at this last year for the football game. So with the cheerleaders, because they cheer. You know, but I seen a recent picture of them standing with Drake, and Drake had his arms around the small back. You know, like as I have a colleague whose son who is 16, and he would give me a hug, and he would hug me around the small of my back. I told him, you can't hug me no more. That's not how you hug me. Like, I know what you do with other 16-year-olds, that's what you can do. But as a grown woman, don't do a grown woman like that. It don't take much. It don't take much at all to turn somebody on who rocks like that. So you just gotta be careful. And I'm not here to say that anybody did it, right? And I understand that the moves of a predator, and that's how they are. Then we see in the Diddy situation, his boys are getting wrapped up in that, right? They'll use the children to lure in the younger people. Push just said that. This is the thought process of a predator. I just watched the video yesterday. Of course, it's of Diddy and his mother showing off their manis and petties, and they kissed each other in the mouth. Wait a second. You gonna kiss your mother? And then she turned around and said, what you trying to do? Wait a second.
That weird shit. I saw that video. And not only that, I don't think people peep the language. He said, my mother still can get down on all fours. What dude says that about his mother? I guess he was trying to get her a date or whatever, but he said, my mom still get busy. I'm like, well, what did you, like, are you serious, bro? So when this pops up and we revisit it, this stuff is kind of creepy. Regular dudes don't talk about their mother like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, please pay attention, y'all. Please pay attention. That's all I'm gonna say. But hey, I'm not here to be the judge and jury to nobody. But when it smells like smoke and it's flames, I think it's a fire.
There's a fire. That's like Will Smith kissing his son in the mouth. You can tell his son had a disdain for that. I was like, no wonder his mom was messing around with his friend. Who, now I'm wondering, was he underage when she was messing with him?
See what I'm saying? Because that was a big issue, right? With August Alsina and Jada, right? So
wasn't Willow in the bed with Willow bed when she was a kid?
Wait, you said what? You got to repeat that.
I said one of them celebrities grown them up who was in Willow bed when she was a kid. They was over there chilling in Willow bed.
And that could be true because again, Usher interview. I don't even know who. I don't even remember who Usher was doing that interview with. Maybe with the Breakfast Club, and he was saying that he was talking about early on in his career and how what was the black guy's, what was his name?
Diddy. He went to Camp Diddy.
He went to Camp Diddy. He said that was standard. He said that was standard. Every new artist that came in over there, they had to go to Diddy's boys camp. And when they went to the boys camp, and then he went on to say, well, we was in the bed together. This one time we was in the bed together, and then everybody was like, wait, y'all slept in the bed together? He was like, no, wait. No, I don't mean like that. Like we was like brothers at a sleepover, nah. Like he was trying to clean it up, but nah. Because why would you be a kid at Diddy's house for Diddy's parties on a boys' camp and you sleeping in the bed with this man?
No, shit woke everybody up. But when they asked Usher, would you let your kids go to Diddy camp? And that nigga was like, hell no.
And he said no. He said nope.
Real quick. He did not hesitate to answer that question.
So that right there says a whole lot, So that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to judge anything. Clive Davis, because I feel like that was some stuff right there too. I feel like this started with his mother. I think his mother was doing things younger. Because why did you think it was comfortable to kiss your mother in the mouth and talk about her being on all fours? And I mean, that's not appealing. I think it started with her. Some women romanticize about having a man so bad, having a relationship so bad, and it's a lot of women that say, "Oh, my son, that's my boyfriend." Stop. Why would you equate your son to your boyfriend? Why would you even say that? Or, you know, I think that's a fine line of predatory behavior.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. Girl, you going deep today, Miss Tori, on the mic. You got that mic fire. This has been a great room. I'm going to have to go, though. I appreciate this room, though. How long you going to keep going? You going to keep going and going? You going to do a 6-day room?
No, ma'am. I mean, I am trying to get out here. So again, I am Miss Tori Lee. If you don't know, you know. I am Tori in the morning. I have a morning podcast show where we talk about all things. We talk about serious things, fun things, whatever you like. You can throw out the topic to me. I'm happy to play it. Every day I kind of have a different theme with different music, so I'll just throw it out real quick to plug it. On Mondays, we do motivation. On Mondays, on Tuesdays, we do like toss-up Tuesdays. And if you go back into like my IG and look up Tori in the morning, you'll see I kind of kicked off the whole versus scene. I've been doing that since way before the pandemic with Toss-Up Tuesday, throwing two artists together and battling it out and letting the chat choose, let the people choose who wins the battle, right? I had got some love from Atlantic Star when I did Atlantic Star versus Midnight Star, so that was kind of nice. Wednesdays is Be You Wednesdays, and you might as well be yourself over here where I, play all indie music artists. If you have anything, you send it to me. I'll show you some love. Thursdays is Throwback Thursdays, and then Friday we have Hip Hop Friday. So you can send me information. I'll show you in your pocket because it's lonely at the top, and it's there because you didn't create a collective of people to be up there together. So check me out. I shall be coming in real soon. So just do TITM in the camp, and you shall find my camp.
Uh-oh. Is it just me, y'all? Is she breaking up?
Yeah, she in the matrix.
Okay, because mine's be messing up too. So, Tori, you in the matrix? I didn't hear any of your last speech.
I'm in the matrix real bad, y'all. I'm in the matrix real bad. That's why I'm getting out of here, and the weather is crazy. So listen, y'all, protect yourself. Be safe. Shake the app, and request that we have some type of watch, neighborhood watch here on Fanbase, so that we can all continue to be yourself and live out loud. This is how I kind of like to end my room and say, if nobody else has told you that they love you, please know that Miss Tori Lee does, but your spiritual provider loves you so much more than I do. Be blessed, but not only be blessed, be a blessing to someone else. And don't forget to smile, because you're never fully dressed without one. You all be great. I shall see you in your room. I will support you. Maggie, you had a great conversation today, so appreciation for you being here as well. I love y'all, my pain. I'm always praying for you, my love, and you guys be great. Push. I'm still coming for you in the back, so be on the lookout for me. Thank you so much for keeping your word too, Push. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate you all, Throw. You guys have a good evening. I'll catch you in the fan base hallways. Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank y'all for listening. Bye for now.